5 takeaways from the Yankees and apos, Game 4 win over the Indians. New York, 5 takeaways from the New York Yankees 7-3 win over the Cleveland Indians in Game 4 of the ALDS at Yankee Stadium on Monday. The Yankees looked like toast as recently as Friday night, after a wild extra-innings loss set them down 2-0 in the series and had much of their fanbase calling for manager Joe Girardi's job. But strong performances from Masahiro Tanaka in Game 3 and Luis Severino in Game 4 helped the Yanks sweep the New York leg of the series and send it back to Cleveland for a decisive Game 5. It's rare for a club to come back and win a 5-game series after losing their first 2, but it's not impossible, and the Yanks are already most of the way there. It's a totally different feel than it was the other day, Yanks manager Joe Girardi said. These guys have picked me up. More on the series. Game 4, Yankees beat Indians, force winner-take-all Game 5. Why? 5 reasons the Yankees beat the Indians. Aaron Judge's 2-run double in the second was his first hit of the series, and the Shu'inao Rookie of the Year winner has 12 strikeouts and 15 at-bats in the ALDS. It's easy to read too much into a few games against a great pitching staff, but it's also hard to isolate short stretches of the regular season across which Judge was quite this bad. The smart bet is on Judge bouncing back with a few more postseason chances, but Kluber is a tough guy to try to do that against. The Indians do have a clear edge for Game 5, beyond just the home field advantage. They'll have Corey Kluber on the mound, and though Kluber struggled in his Game 2 outing, the chances of him floundering in consecutive starts seems excessively slim. On top of that, Terry Francona was able to avoid using Andrew Miller in Game 4 of the series, meaning Miller will enter Game 5 coming off 2 days of rest and a protracted 12-pitch appearance in Game 3. Miller has never thrown more than 2 2/3 innings in a game since he became a full-time reliever in 2012. But if there has ever been a time to push the lefty's limits, it's while he's well rested and throwing in an elimination game. CC Sabathia, who spent the first 7.5 seasons of his career in Cleveland, will start Game 5 for the Yanks in what could be the final outing of his 9-year tenure in pinstripes. At 37, Sabathia no longer boasts the overpowering stuff he featured in his 20s. But he's as safe a bet as any guy on the Yankees staff to give them 5 or 6 decent innings. And though Dellin Betance's wild and worrisome outing Monday will make him a tough guy to trust in Game 5, the back-to-back 7-inning starts from Tanaka and Severino mean the rest of the Yankees bullpen should be good to go in Game 5. The 4-run cushion in Game 4 allowed Joe Girardi to rest closer Aroldis Chapman after Chapman went 2 innings in Game 2 and another 1 2/3 in Game 3. Again, there's nothing predictive about 4-game samples in baseball, but the better part of the Indians lineup has gone completely quiet in the series. Outside of Jay Bruce and Carlos Santana, most of Cleveland's regulars have struggled offensively in the ALDS. The first 3 hitters in their lineup, Francisco Lindor, Jason Kipnis and Jose Ramirez, have a combined .143 batting average and .222 on-base percentage to date in the series. That's not a good recipe for scoring runs, especially if slugger Edwin Encarnacion is not yet ready to return from his Game 2 ankle injury by Wednesday.